Okay, let's see if my video's working. Okay, it seems to be working. Okay. All right. I was having a glitch. All right, so I know I'm fucking butt ugly this morning. I apologize. All right, so let's see. I have something I have to get off my chest. And my Bubba, how are you? This dog loves me, okay? It loves me, this dog. This is my original dog, Five High. Now, Five High has taken a few slaps before, but for the most part, it's all tugs on a stretch lead. The other day, a lady was yelling at me because I had to yank my dog out from getting hit by a car. What the fuck? You know, of course, bitch. I mean, the fucking dog is running out into a fucking car. If I had any more room on my leash, it would have got hit. But I had to still let the dog know you can't run into the street after a car. And you can't just, so I pulled it back and said, no, like that. I yelled at it. Okay, I don't give a fuck. I'm not fucking embarrassed to fucking yell at my dog. I don't feel it's not a bad, like it's a irrational training at all. I'm not a food trainer. So you have to let them know. And, now, do my dogs go off leash? No, they don't. They're on a leash at all times. Would I be able to call my dog to me if it was off a leash? Well, it may be stubborn, like it is when it's on a leash, to come towards me. But it's not scared to come towards me. The dog knows who feeds it, okay? That is a partial food training right there. It knows who feeds it. If it doesn't come right away, and it'll eventually learn how if it's off leash constantly. Let's say I bought a prepper house out in the middle of nowhere and I didn't have an HOA to worry about. I would fucking, train the dog off leash, and it would come to me. It wouldn't be afraid. I've never hit my dog in a way that it would be, scared. I only slap it a little bit just to let it know, like on its thigh, on its back thigh. I try not to hit it on where the spine is at all. I just try to slap it on the back of the thigh when it does something wrong. But generally speaking, the dog is retained a stubbornness, and it's difficult in that sense. But does the dog follow commands? Yes. I mean, it knows when I'm going to do stuff. Gets excited and wants to go. It's not afraid to go. It's not afraid of me. The new dog, Bella, she doesn't even have to get slapped or anything. She's really intelligent. Now, does that mean, I won't go, hey, no, and do something softer, because she doesn't need to get slapped. She's not stubborn. So you just touch her and go, no. And she understands as if you did slap her. I mean, she knows that it's hey, you can't do that shit, okay? She's very, very intelligent. So when I see people that are dog trainers and they claim you cannot hit a dog, they are only saying that so they can continue to get customers. Okay, now they're not going to fucking hit the customer's dog. Obviously, they train their dog righteously in the sense of the food training aspects and I guess you would call something that somebody would feel comfortable with. To have their dog being trained by them. Well, I would never train a dog for somebody because I might have to use some discipline, some physical discipline. When I was growing up, I got strapped. I got strapped in military school as well. I got, it was confusing at first, but, as long as it's not overly done, improperly done, you can do it, but you never want to slap a dog in the nose. It's a fragile area. You never want to get into a mindset to do that to a dog, But if you're concerned that the dog could have gotten itself killed as a result of jumping out after a car or something. Now, I didn't hit him that day because there's people around and stuff. I just yanked him back, and I wasn't going to hit him anyway because I only used the stretch lead to pull him back hard and say no. Well, one day he jumped out after a golf cart. Now, golf carts, it doesn't delineate between a car and a fucking golf cart. If knows the cars, if I say stay, it'll stay. But sometimes I don't hear that car coming or the golf cart coming, and the dog will jump out, and especially golf carts. I don't know why it is, but golf carts just the dog wants to fucking run after them. So when a golf cart comes by, if I don't say stay in time, he will jump out after it. And I don't like that because they're electric. Sometimes they're electric. You can't hear them. And the dog can get hit by that shit. Because people, when they're driving by, they don't fucking try to go away from you as they're driving by. No, they'll fucking drive their golf cart right by you by a half a foot away. And if my dog jumps after that shit and gets hit by a golf cart because I'm not fucking paying attention, I'll be pissed. So I let the dog know he can't do that. He just came in because he knows I'm talking about him. My dog is he might be stubborn, but he's an extremely intelligent, stubborn dog, if that makes any sense. He's got German Shepherd in him. He's got intelligent dogs in him. He just uses the stubborn sides of the Akita that he got in him and various other, like the Ridgeback he's got in him, both 7%. And when he goes into that mode, it's like his intelligence level has dropped dramatically. But that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get him to not use those other dogs' features and just kind of like fucking, listen to the owner. And if anything, I try not to hit my dog. Number one, I just try to pull him on a stretch lead. The stretch lead is a breast collar with a stretch lead on it. That means when you yank him, it doesn't fucking hurt him at all. Okay? Doesn't hurt them at all, but it lets them know because they get, pulled really quickly. Even though it's a stretch lead, they still get pulled really quickly. And sometimes, it can kind of disturb them when your paws are on the ground and shit. You have to yank them like that. Bottom line is this dog here, Five High, since I've had him from a puppy, I've trained him. He's good with kids. He's good with people. He's good with everyone. That proves that I'm a good trainer. Okay. The other dog, Bella, she's extremely intelligent. She knows that she can't chew cords up, electrical cords. She knows she can't chew up certain things. She knows she can't get on my counter. Now, when I got the dog, she was 8 months. She's huge, though. But she fucking recognized a lot of things. The previous owner let her probably did some decent training of her own. I mean, she wasn't shabby in the sense that she probably told the dog, hey, don't get on the counter or something. The dog figured it out. But the dog's extremely intelligent, and I would never have to slap that dog. Now, the other day, I brought groceries home. And the groceries, I forgot when I let the dogs in the room that the dogs can still smell shit coming from the groceries. And they know it's a resource on top of it. All right? Hi, baby. How are you? This dog's gums, it bites its gums. I don't know why, but it gets little red marks on its gums, and I don't know what to do about that. It's fucking like, that's just the design of the dog's mouth. There's no way to go around that, but maybe I should start putting something on it. But I care deeply about my dogs. I would prefer never, ever to slap a dog, ever. If I could avoid in their older age, of course. Now, any dog I've had in the past, I trained, if they're really smart, I don't have to ever fucking lay a hand on them in any way, shape, or form. But if they're stubborn, they do have some issues that need to be corrected. And if I don't food train them, you can bet they're going to feel a little slap on the back of the thigh. It's not going to be really hard, but sometimes depending on what they did, like bunny rabbits, my dog Five High, he goes after bunny rabbits. And when I say he goes after bunny or squirrels, I mean he'll pull me. He's strong as fuck. He'll yank my fucking shoulder out of place doing that shit. Now, originally I wanted to let him get involved with that, but I can't do it out here in this HOA area. I realized that. It was my bad. And so it was a little late. So it's a little late to get him, because I was starting to let him sniff them out and stuff, and it was just a bad choice on my part. Now, whenever, I see a bunny rabbit ahead of time, I took, because I can see better than the dog, I let the dog know right away. I pull him, not really hard, just on a stretch lead. Nope, nope, nope. And if it keeps persisting, then I go to the other side of the street and pull him all the way to the other side of the street and walk all the way to the other side of the street to let him know he's not going towards that fucking squirrel or that bunny or whatever. All right, so, training is different for a lot of different kinds of dogs. If you got an intelligent dog like the white one I got here, Bella, I'll never have to lay a hand on that dog. It wouldn't matter if it was the same size as my dog, smaller or taller, okay? It's just very intelligent. The male dog is very intelligent, but he's got that stubborn Akita fucking Ridgeback thing that blows in from the wind and fucking enters into his brain as soon as he sees a bunny rabbit, a golf cart, or a car. So I have trained my dog to stay And Bella has helped him because she's so smart. She knows fucking how to stay really good. I just say stay, and that's it, and they stay. But if I don't hear a car, my brown dog, Five Eye, or his Tan rather, he'll jump after anything if I don't say anything ahead of time. My hearing's not always that fucking great. So occasionally that's going to happen. That is gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna have to eventually, try to get the dogs used to being off leash. Well, not. I mean, they are here, but I mean, walking around outside of this place. This is a HOA private community, and I'm a badass because of that. Okay, because my house cost me 180, and I live in Southern California in the mountains. Yeah, homeboy is above average intelligence, and look. Do you really think that some of these dogs that were trained for warfare back in the Middle Ages were just fed? No, they were fucking disciplined, but it was proper discipline. There's a difference. You're not trying to fucking injure a dog when you slap it in the back, or wherever. You're just trying to let the dog wake up. Now, yes, do they get confused as to why they're doing that? Yeah, initially they do, but they figure it out. Now, can a dog trainer talk about stuff like that? Absolutely not. It's forbidden for a dog trainer to talk about that kind of discipline. So they cannot do it, or they would lose money training dogs. They would immediately, no one would call them, no one would talk to them. Okay. So I think I got my point across. Now, does it mean I'm going to continue with this Tan dog to do that? No, look at this dog. He keeps coming up to me. He loves me. This dog loves me. Now, does it mean he doesn't have nightmares about getting hit more? Of course. Dogs have nightmares. And the other day, the dog was acting kind of skittish, and I was like, did he eat something bad? No, he had a fucking nightmare. It was a nightmare. But it was probably because he's had a few bouts with this dog, and he wasn't sure what to expect from me when he did wake up. So he kind of went, but it was only one day. The entire time I've owned that dog, and the dog's a full-grown 2.5-year-old dog. So, but they have nightmares. Sometimes their nightmares clash with the owner's discipline and the new dog that's in the house, and they get confused there. Dogs get confused in a lot of different ways, just like humans do. Humans get confused as to how you should and shouldn't treat a dog because they don't know how to deal with a dog. I've never had a dog that I couldn't handle. It always grew into me sooner or later. It usually takes about 3 years for a dog to get just perfect, for me. And then, of course, I don't have to fucking lay no hands or nothing. Now, if I was to count how many times I've slapped my dog in the back of the thigh, I would say about 12 the entire time I've owned it. I've had patted on the top of the skull like that. Maybe 7 times because it was doing something it shouldn't, but all in all, over a 2-year period, that's nothing. Okay, that's nothing. But the bottom line is you can't have a fucking dog and expect that just being a food trainer and or a non-disciplinary actions are the way to go because it isn't. All dogs are different. I'm not a professional. I don't profess to be a professional. My instincts are good, and my dogs always show me love and respect whenever I had them. Doesn't matter that a couple times, they acted up, and I would slap them on the back of the thigh or whatnot. And also, if my dog gets hit by a car because I'm following somebody else's etiquette, shame on me, man. Fucking shame on me. You know what I'm saying?